I'm proud to be joined by my good friend and colleague, Bob Swindell from the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance. Bob is the president and CEO of the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance. And what ways can we make Broward a bigger and better place? And I think no one tells the Broward story better than you. What are the strengths of Broward County? What should people really know? What should business leaders know? What should thought leaders know? What's the draw?
So Nick, first of all, thanks for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you for joining me.
The Becker firm has been, an amazing firm over the years, supporting economic vitality for not only Broward but Florida. We've got a phenomenal community, and I grew up here, so I know we're not perfect, and we've got areas we're going to constantly improve on. But one of the things that we don't do well in Broward is tell our story. You mentioned it. 2.8 unemployment rate is an incredibly low unemployment rate. But even a better story than that is just last month, Broward County was once again in the MSAs that are measured, and these are large MSAs, there's about 20, 25 in the country that are followed. We had the highest growth rate for employment in the country. And back in 2017, that was almost every month. We were neck and neck with Seattle, Washington, San Francisco, but Broward County was in the top 3 every month. And it just popped up again last month. So, what that really reinforces is the types of high quality jobs and the job growth that we're seeing in Broward County. I think when I look at our community, we recently, as you and I were talking earlier, competed for the Amazon HQ2 project. Yeah. The only community in Florida that was identified by Amazon as a potential location headquarters for their second headquarters, says a lot about South Florida. Why should Amazon be looking at you? Why should other technology companies be looking at South Florida? And part of it is the talent that's here.
I was going to say, well, what's at the crux of it? I guess obviously everybody likes that it's a low tax state. Keep going on that if you don't mind.
So, like most conversations about locations, and we're going to have a conversation like this week with another technology company. So, look at Palm Beach, Broward County, and Miami-Dade, and together what a formidable, region this is. 38th largest economy in the world. If you were to take our 3 counties out, just their gross GDP as 3 counties would be 38th largest economy in the world. So there's a critical impact that this region can have not only on Florida but nationally and internationally. So you look at talent, obviously access to Central and South America and the Caribbean is really important. We've got a natural talent base that can help businesses build business in those areas. But our university presidents, so when we were going through the Amazon process, we had each of our 4 university presidents from FAU, FIU, and Nova Southeastern University and University of Miami. They did an amazing job of telling the compelling story of how they're developing the talent pipeline. Mm-hmm. We hold ourselves to a very high standard, which is a good thing, but I think we tend not to give ourselves the credit that we deserve as Floridians. And being a low-tax state is incredibly important. Mm-hmm. And I actually have told our legislators and Governor Scott.
That was going to be my next question, is what part of this story is the most high-profile storytellers are our elected officials. I guess what do you want them to know and what do you want them to say? What story should they be telling?
Incentives are part of that process, and they're part of the process because it's like anything else, it's a competitive process. Mm-hmm. And it's a process of elimination.
Become an arms race, right?
Yeah, and I've written op-eds. I've publicly said if incentives went away tomorrow nationally, I'd be the happiest guy in the room. Mm-hmm. Because Florida has a lot that it can stand on its own. I think our tax rate, the physical soundness of our state tells a great story. You look at some of these states that offered billions of dollars for this Amazon HQ2, mm-hmm. which would never happen in Florida, but it would never need to. We don't have unfunded pension obligations. We don't have deficits at our state level. We have a really well-run state. Businesses like predictability. They like to know that they can plan 10 years out and they've got the continuity of leadership.
I hope the Becker Exclusive is part of helping tell that story and moving this community forward, because as far as I can tell, this is going to be where I'm going to live the rest of my life, and my wife and I are choosing this to be where we live and work, and definitely want to make sure we're telling a bigger, better story. And we really appreciate everything you do in telling that story. You really are, like I said earlier, the tip of the spear. You are the front person for that, and I think no one does a better job telling that story. And I really appreciate you joining me here.
Thanks, Nick.
Thank you for joining me.
Enjoyed it.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you.